We all know about countries like France, the US, Japan, and Brazil. These are highly populated, frequently visited countries that are always talked about with their globalized pop cultures. But what about the not-so-touristy stranger countries, the ones that few people visit and know about? While there's no exact definition of strange, because every country has its quirks, my experiences in the following 5 nations still leave me scratching my head. 1. North Korea. It's hard to explain what North Korea is like to someone who has never been before. It's eerie, it's isolated, people seem depressed. The buildings look nice on the outside, but are empty on the inside. I couldn't tell what was staged and what was real, but somehow, life does seem to run normally, and the underground metro is a perfect display of this. 2. Djibouti. This tiny country on the Horn of Africa is full of foreign military bases. It's heavily securitized and one of the most expensive countries in Africa. I couldn't quite figure out what was happening around me, walking now in the side streets of Djibouti, and to be honest, the people were not the most welcoming. 3. Equatorial Guinea. We're here in Equatorial Guinea. This Spanish-speaking nation in West Central Africa is the most corrupt place I've ever been to.
Hola, aquí en Guinea Ecuatorial todos hablamos el español.
They have the second biggest oil reserve on the continent, yet the vast majority of their people live in excruciating poverty. And you can see the living conditions for these people. It is extremely sad. It's also the most expensive country on earth for visitors. Try $300 a night for a subpar hotel room. 4. Tuvalu.
Welcome to Tuvalu!
The second least visited country on Earth and located in the middle of the Pacific, Tuvalu is made up of 9 atolls. The airport runway takes up half the length of the main island, and each night, it turns into a massive playground. The country's #1 moneymaker is leasing out the domain name .tv, and if you want to eat out, the only restaurants you'll find is Chinese. 5. Bhutan. This country is amazing and beautiful and my favorite on this list, but things are very different here, in a good way. So I'm here with Renchen, and she's going to teach me some Dzongkha, which is their unique language here in Bhutan. First off, what is a common greeting? Guzuzangpola. Instead of measuring their growth by GDP, they use GNH, gross national happiness. Their diet consists of red rice and cheesy peppers. Oh, and if you want to visit, you must pay a tax of $250 per person per day. If you do get the chance to visit any of these nations, then my advice is certainly to go. In a sense, they are more enjoyable than the mainstream countries because it gives you a deeper insight as to how other societies function.